If we could just remind everyone to please shut off your cell phones for the service. On behalf of the family, I'd like to welcome everyone for your attendance here today. The journey of grief is long, and those who walk it should not have to walk it alone. At times like these, nothing takes the place of family and friends. Your presence today helps the family realize how valuable his life was and shows what an impact both his living and dying has made. At this time, I'd like to introduce Rabbi Alex, who will be conducting today's service.
What a blessed day to remember Melvin Kurtz's beautiful life. Before we actually begin the service, I'm going to ask the immediate family if Gary and Shelley and Tracy, if you could rise. You have on you black ribbons. These are, or we'll put it on you. You want to help your sister?
Sure. Go ahead, Gary. Thank you.
These ribbons are a symbol of the brokenness of your spirit. And what we're going to do is we're going to tear them in honor of your dad. In the ancient world, as soon as they would learn of a death, they would tear their clothing. And so we have a little piece of this. And you have a little piece of your father that's with you right now. And usually you would wear it over the course of the week, not on the Sabbath, on Friday through Saturday. It's a reminder to everyone that your life has been changed. And those of you that have ribbons, you could feel free to tear as well. If you could recite the blessing after me in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam dayan ha'emet. Blessed are you, God, King of the universe, the judge of truth. And we're going to try to tear it. Let's see if it works. I don't know.
Yes.
I think we might have to get scissors. Hold on, let's see if we get. I think they had one over here. Oh,
You have a scissors, right?
so well. This way. Adonai Natan and Lecha Ki Hishem Adonai Barak. God has taken, God has given. Blessed be the name of God. May your Father's Spirit always be with you. May you find a safe resting place in the world of God. In our time of mourning, we turn to Psalms as a way of comfort. This is something both Christians and Jews share, and in particular Psalm 23. If you could join with me, if you're familiar, a Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. And Psalm 16. Protect me, Eternal One, for I seek refuge in you. I say to God, you are Adonai, there is none beyond you. Adonai is my allotted share and portion. I bless Adonai who has guided me. My conscience admonishes me at night. I am ever mindful of the divine presence who is at my right hand. I shall never be shaken. So my heart rejoices, my whole being exults, and my body rests secure. And here's a poem I often read on these occasions that I think really is perfect for Melvin and his life. Melvin, who gave us so much. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the streets beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone. Give them what you need to give to me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live on in your eyes and not your mind. You can love me most by letting hands touch hands, by letting bodies touch bodies, by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. This is a very hard thing to do, to say goodbye to someone who inspired us, who loved us, and who brought us together as a family, as a community. Melvin was someone who gave of his whole self, as I heard from all three of the children. He was so generous with his heart in particular. And he was someone who always had your best in mind, whether it was in his professional life, as a financial planner, or just in life in general. What a loving, loving relationship he had with Joanne, who he's now going to be reunited with. And what a loving father and grandfather and grandfather and uncle and family member he was. And how awful it is to be here on his birthday. We have brought his life full circle from that first day to the last. One of my favorite ways of thinking about a person's life is we say it's the dash between the two numbers. January 5th, 1 year, January 5th, another. All of these, I don't think it's the 5th today, is it? 10th. I don't know what I was thinking, sorry. January 10th to January 10th. But in between, we have his life, and that's really what made him who he is. So I'm going to invite the granddaughter, Melanie. Are you here to talk about your grandfather?
Dear family and friends of Melvin, my grandfather was a charismatic, kind-hearted, and intelligent man. My grandfather was the main piece to our family, and he always kept us together no matter what. If you truly knew who my grandfather was, you would know that we did not call him Grandpa or Papa, and that we called him Beepa. This was a made up by my cousin Victoria because she could not say Grandpa, and instead Beepa came out of her mouth. This name stuck with him for the rest of his life, and he loved it. He was always there for our family financially, or even if we needed a night out to talk about anything in life. When any close family members came into town, immediately our whole family would go out to eat at Labella's, where we would enjoy wings and antipasta and of course our spaghetti. A memory that almost every child of his and grandchild could share was Beepa taking us fishing at least once. Fishing and hunting were some of his favorite things to do in his free time. If you ever have been in his basement, you would clearly know this was a true fact. Beepa also loved playing cards. I think almost every grandchild by the age of 10 knew how to play Texas Hold'em and poker. And on the weekends, he loved driving his Jag up to the casino with close friends to play card games. I think our whole family would like to take this time now to thank Beepa for all the great memories he had created with us and helping his grandchildren and children be raised into great adults. I know our whole family will miss you dearly, and that you are now watching over us. We will miss you so much, Beepa, and never forget you. I love you, Beepa, to the moon and back, and so does our whole family and close friends. Rest in peace now, Beepa. We love you.
What a beautiful tribute to your grandfather, and how wonderful to have that next generation really take the lead, because we believe, Jewishly certainly, that it's the memory that's so important, that's how we stay alive. It's through the memory. And when a memory of someone is passed through the generations, and what do we remember? We remember the kindness that he showed, his generosity, his love. And that's more important than any of the experiences. And we know, as he's probably looking over this, he should be very proud of this family that he raised, of this community that he was part of, and how much that he will be missed. But he should also know that we are here to carry on for him, that we will make sure, each of us in our own way, to preserve the memory of our Bipa, of our beloved Melvin, who just in his life gave fully and lived fully. And how many of us can really say that? What a blessed life, and his memory should always be for a blessing. I invite everyone to rise for the prayer of the departed. This is a prayer where we pray for Melvin's soul to go to a safe place, to be in God's loving arms. I'll recite it first in Hebrew. His Hebrew name was Mordechai. El Male Rachamim, Shochein Bamromim, Hamse Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfei Ashchina, Im Kedoshim Utarim, Kezoar Harakia Masirim, Et Nishmat Mordechai ben Mach, Shahalach Leolamo, Baal Rachamim, Yastireu Beseter Knafav Leolamim, Bitzror Chaim et Nishmato, Adonai hu Nachalato V'yanuach B'shalom, Al Mishkavo V'nomar Amen. Compassionate God, eternal Spirit of the universe, grant perfect rest in your sheltering presence to Melvin Kurtz, Mordechai ben Mach, who has entered eternity. O God of mercy, let him find refuge in the shadow of your wings. Let his soul be bound up in the bond of everlasting life. God is his inheritance. May he rest in peace. And let us say together, Amen. So this is going to conclude this part of the service. I'm going to have, first we'll bring the funeral director over.
Please be seated. We're going to call you up to say your final goodbyes, starting in the back of the room, moving each row successively forward till just the immediate family is left behind, so they have the opportunity to say their final goodbyes privately. As you step forward, we ask that you please exit the doors directly outside to the front, where you go directly to your cars, where you'll start your engines, turn on your headlights, and your four-way flashers. During the procession, please follow as closely as possible so as not to get separated, and if we have a police escort, please follow any directions that they may give you. Pallbearers, after you pay your last respects, we ask that you remain behind in the hallway, 3 in front of each coat closet, standing as honor guard. We will call you back into the room to help us escort the casket to the hearse. We ask that your families please continue out to the cars. Don't wait for the pallbearers. As you're saying your final goodbyes, we're going to share with you a song that the family selected from Josh Groban, You Raised Me Up. So would the friends in the back please step up the right-hand side? You can all come up together if you like.
Troubles come and my heart burdened then I am still and wait here in silence till you come and sit a while with me.